You guys kind of with that? I don't know. I've been driven a long time. It's been like 8 years for me, and I guess I'm pretty bad at it now.
Euro tickets on this side, so don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm a pro.
Oh, okay. Well,
this is just a Jason.
She's a pro, but she didn't give me the 0 tickets, so I'm gonna ask her about that later on. Okay, all right. All right, she's got her back. Let's take a look at the schedule though, so you can see what 2 matches we have coming up later on today. We'll be going straight into SANHOK as our next game, and we're gonna have Group A sitting out. So if I remember correctly, we got Cloud9 in there, but who else is in there?
Yep. We got Footballers, SWAT69, and Temple Storm. And I'm going to try to remember that next time so I don't actually end up picking the wrong person. You know, what happened earlier was that somebody told me, hey, we're going to be interviewing Wildcard. And it stuck on my head, and I ended up picking the wrong person. It happens. But I think I think this is going to be huge for a lot of teams, not being able to deal with Footballers. Footballers has been a consistent team so far, especially with kills as well. They're not going to have to worry about that fragging power. Cloud9, in a way, kind of starting to step it up a little bit more. And then Temple Storm, the team that coming into this day had the most kills thus far, not playing this match, I think it's going to be huge because SANHOK is just such a hot mess. Anything can happen here on SANHOK, and that's why I want to go back to you, Jason. I want you to predict the first team that's going to go ahead and win it here.
I'm glad you're doing that, actually. Can you just once again remind me in Group A? Cloud9, Temple Storm, Footballist, and the 4th?
And the 4th is going to be SWAT69.
Okay, Konina Power's winning then. I'm just staying away from you, man.
Wait, a 3rd win.
I'm calling a 3rd win. Look at this team.
On my boat?
They have over 50 frags. They are going off the chain. And when you get them into a close quarter combat map like this, I feel like they're going to excel. Come on.
Okay.
I can't curse them that badly, could I?
Listen,
it's possible.
well, you never know. It's definitely possible. I think I am going to go...
Tempo Storm.
I want to go back to Queso.
Queso, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think my pick, they didn't get a chance to play it yesterday, is going to be Loops Esports. I want to see what Loops is going to be able to do, and if anybody's going to go ahead and challenge them on Lobster building in bootcamp.
I'll make sure to also follow us on esports, PUBG, and you can check out all the action going on within West, within East, even that documentary series we were talking about before. Thank you guys very much for your inputs into this game. I'm sorry that you're going to lose to me with Konina Power taking the chicken dinner yet again. We'll check with you guys after this match. I'm a little bit sad Seven's not walking away anymore off the screen. It was fantastic, and the moonwalk as well. I think that was all in rehearsal. You guys missed it. We're going to bring in 2 other gentlemen who could probably moonwalk around us like crazy. Hot Jukes and Mustache Dave. We're now 3 matches deep into our 2nd day, our final day of the opening weekend. Mustache Dave, how are things going to go down on SANHOK? I feel like this is going to go off the chain.
It's going down. It is going down. I think you're talking about my shirt because I got chains on my shirt, so I see what you're doing over here. But the key to success is the mustache skin in the game. You strap that bad boy on, your aim goes up at least 25%.
At least 25%. If anything, it's going to make our commentary more than 50% better. Hot Jukes and Mustache Dave, take us away.
Yes, sir. You got it. Let's go. SANHOK, baby. One of my favorite maps to watch because I think it's anybody's game. You know, without a doubt, the blue zone, it's going to be doing the most damage. It's going to be the MVP of this map, hands down. You know, we've already written the book. We've already got some pre-orders as well. You know, the good old-fashioned book, you know, of SANHOK, written by OP Blue Zone. And as you can see, we can already see this playing path going right over Paradise. That's where Cloud9 likes to drop, and Cloud9's not in this match. So I wonder if any of these teams realize that and are opting to take that loot that's most likely going to be wide open.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be open, but we kind of saw the same thing yesterday in Game 5. Wasn't it Tempo sitting out? Like, that's the thing. Like, you want to get used to where you're comfortable playing, right? So all because Paradise might be open, if you're a team that doesn't necessarily drop there, is there a point? You know, is there a point in going there? I guess there is when it comes to practicing and being able to adapt, you know, per game, per group, per flight plan. And we're actually going to see Team Queso going there.
Yeah, and I think that you're going to start seeing some teams. I mean, you have to. You really have to. These squads, they're checking that. While they're on the plane, it shows how many players are on there. So they're looking, and then once they see those numbers drop, they have a pretty good idea of where these teams are going to go. And if they notice that, hey, 4 players didn't leave right over Paradise, it's got to be wide open. So, yeah, it looks like Team Unique seemed to kind of head in that direction and try to get some good loot from Paradise. But, yeah, I think that if you really want to have success in a tournament like this, you gotta be flexible, right? You gotta be willing to adapt and drop in different locations, especially if you have a place like Paradise with that kind of loot wide open for the taking.
Flexible, pumping it, you know, what was it? Conina Powers, they're just pumping too much iron, you know, flexing on everybody. A lot of keywords, you know. You learn the keywords that we're spitting out all day long. That's how you become the best. You know, that's how you're able to get here with the best in the West. So
that's correct. You gotta have that thesaurus at the ready at all times.
Exactly. I mean, oh man, hey, welcome on in, everybody. By the way, all the viewers out there, this is game number 4. We have 5 all together here today. This is SANHOK, kind of like that switcherino for me at least. You know, you have the slower, you know, Miramar, the slower Vikendi, and then you throw them in SANHOK. You know, you just mix it in a blender and shake it up and throw in some spice, and that's what you got right now as Dream Eater's going to be pushing uphill onto Team Queso.
Oh yeah, and Team Queso has an idea that there is a player there as Ayala is going to throw that grenade and say, don't come up this hill. We are up here and waiting for you. So yeah, Versit, I think, is going to kind of hit that lay down and hopefully get some extra intel from the rest of his squad.
Okay, so this is good. Versit not alone here. You know, the other Dream Eater snakes, you know, trying to hinge on the dreams of Team Queso. They're going to be slowly making their way uphill, looking to maybe catch him off guard. Because Team Queso, they definitely know there's 1. The question is, do they know there's 3?
Well, the only problem is that the rest of Dream Eaters are going to have to make a play here coming up soon as that grenade opens up the fight. And Mystic, he senses that there is another player. He hears Advocate as he is coming up to the rock right now. And Dream Eaters need to make a move right now if they're going to try to pick up their player.
Yeah, they're making the play. And Matic down there behind the tree, still prone, kind of biding their time right now. Advocate going to be the main center of attention right now. Going to be making the pull up. Looks like we should be able to get a revive over here. A risky one, though. No helmet on Advocate. Able to get behind this tree and use it for cover. We see Matic on the tail end of this one trying to get the flush themselves. And Axel on the back line, they might find themselves in an engagement. We see the kill feed, but look at this. Loops also playing King of the Hill right now as frag machines are pushing their way on up, trying to connect their shots. Dadden going to be chunked down to about 50% HP. Freak popping on into that vehicle, but look at Kowalski's position. Could play spoiler.
Loops versus Frag Machine right now. Big nade on top. We saw the kill feed. Looks like Matic was able to get 2 members from Team Queso. That's going to be an intense fight over there. They have 2 knocked right now as Advocate gets on to Mystic. But we're looking at this fight between Loops and Frag Machine. Frag Machine, they're at a big disadvantage at the bottom of this hill right here. They have to make a big play if they want to take out. Oh my goodness. Looks like lost. Team Queso taken out by Dream Eaters. That must have been an insane fight. But look at all these nades coming from Loops right now.
I mean, we talk about it on the desk, Dream Eaters getting the ultimate inception on the Team Queso in their dreams right there. But yeah, these grenades just coming back and forth. Here comes Kowalski. Kowalski from PMWL Americas, the top fragger, had about 130 kills to themselves, more than some teams actually played.
Oh my goodness.
And going to be squaring on off, and there goes one. Nothing less to expect from Kowalski. And now it's just outplay, snaking it in the shadows, in the grass. But Loops, they are not about the disrespect, and they're going to hunt down outplay. Chop off the head of the snake right there. Frag Machine out.
Carrillo looking for that Viura, looking for that snake, catching him out real quick right there, man. Loops so aggressive. The squad, when they have that, it's like they almost run with blood in their mouth. You know, as soon as they get that taste, they're coming after you with full force. And just like that, Loops getting it done.
Easy does it. Easy does. You know, 2 teams that I would love to see fight a little more, Loops and Footballists, man.
Oh my goodness.
Because they're both teams so aggressive, especially when they get the initial entry knock. You know, insta push right there. But I really like that last play from Loops. They left Kowalski in the back line, you know, just waiting for the collapse. I mean, very smart, methodical play from them.
Yep, without a doubt. You know, I mean, that would be, I think, the dream scenario right there to see those 2 squads go out. And Pedro Dog in the good old buggy trying to get out of there as Maxid, he's in the Ronnie as well. B4 with the vehicle plays here in SANHOK. You don't see that too often.
I would say Pedro Dog in the dog house. And, you know, these two teams, B4 and Nova, these are two teams extremely familiar with fighting one another. We got Maxon on the high ground, trying to chase down that vehicle, but Sheefan, yeah, connecting those. And Pedro trying to heal on up easy with the lean peek onto Maxon, taking them down and out. We see some grenades getting cooked. We see some smokes getting tossed on out there. B4, 3 up right now. Replay.
Yeah, look at this replay right now. This is the frag machine fight from earlier. That was a really, really big nade on the Konita Power, and then Dream Eaters being able to take out Team K. So you can see Matic with the Vector getting that 2-piece right there. What a great play.
The 2-for-1 special right there. The 2-for-1 special. And then to finish things off with the loops engagement. So here's Unique. Overlooking right now. Overlooking Dream Eaters. Dream Eaters already got a couple kills to their names in the bank. And B4, Mix Zero. We saw them win a game earlier on. Oh, go for the crouch shot onto AZ, but AZ able to get that one. Levi tossing a grenade. It's actually going to bounce, but connect onto AZ after all. Sheepman, 1v2 up there on the rock, trying to go for the spray down. Levi trying to get the wraparound. Sheepman, done. Done. So many teams getting taken out early here. We're only 8 minutes into this game.
That's SANHOK right there. SANHOK just pushes the aggression in all of these squads. You know, Nova, Esports they look to have B4 on the ropes for a good second, but that just goes to show you when you're playing here in the PUBG Mobile World League West, you're facing against the best of the best. I can't say it enough. You just cannot just get lazy against any one of these squads, because one little misplay, a 1/10 of a second mistake, and it will completely turn around on you.
Preach. Preach, man. Keep going. Keep going.
Truth. It's the truth, man. You got to be on point every single play. You cannot let up. You cannot play loose. You could be like, all right, you know, we already got 3 members down. We got a 3v1 going. Let's all push in 1v1. Boom. Just like that, your squad's wiped. You know?
Axe, man.
You gotta have it. Gotta have it. Gotta be on the
clutch factor.
Gotta read the book of SANHOK, baby.
The book of SANHOK, easy. I mean, pre-sales, it's flying out the window right now. Get it while it's hot, because we talk about the code, the keys to success. Well, that book's got it all.
That's right. That's right. You know, first, you know, chapter 1, third parties, you know, written by the Blue Zone. And then, of course, chapter 2, don't be lazy. When in doubt,
Don't be lazy.
work harder, you know?
Don't be lazy. Chapter 3, follow Hot Jukes Mustache Dave.
That's true, on Twitter and Instagram. That's actually in the intro, you know?
Intro, yeah.
It's a must. Before you can read the rest of the book, gotta do those 2 things.
Oh, it's a good book. It's a good book. I mean, 2020, it's expected to be #1 seller. I'm just gonna put it out there. So looking around real quick, Loops, 5 kills so far. 5 kills. Let that one sit in. B4, 4 kills. Dream Eaters, 4 kills. I mean, these teams coming into SANHOK, getting the knocks, getting the kills, getting the points. I mean, oh, you love to see it. Dream Eaters actually in boot camp. They're in the most centralized position as well. Talking about loving to see something. Garoza, baby.
Oh, man, and he's got the AK, so you know that swap's coming out real quick. D7 picked up that Groza instantly right there, and here he got the suppressor for it, and look at that. About to take off in style with the getting on the moped right there. The rest of the squad.
Yeah, you can't shoot the grills on moped, right? No, you gotta jump off. So, talk about getting shot at. You know, Knights having a rough one, having a rough day. Rough day right now. They got a little 2-2 split going on right now. Carnage and 6. This looks like Carnage gonna be swimming on up. Looks like, you know, the revive should be successful, but Wildcard, knowing who they're up against, they look like they're getting a little more aggressive, maybe even second guessing themselves. Acer kind of spread out. They got a little 3-1 going on right now.
Yeah, it's a tough position right here, I think, for Wildcard, because if you look at where they're at, just to try and push this squad, they have to run out wide in the open. And no matter who you're going against, you just can't do that, because the second you run out in the open, you're going to get laser beamed really quickly right here. But yeah, Wildcard, man, these guys can hit some big shots. We saw Spring in an interview early on. If you're just tuning in, make sure you kind of watch back, because there was some really good interviews, a lot of good stuff going on during the breaks as well. So definitely some intel you kind of want to catch for sure.
Yeah, and watch back the desk. I mean, you got Glitter, you got Seven, you got Jason. I mean, replay it time and time again, because they are just dropping the knowledge. Dropping the knowledge. So
That's
just
correct.
rewatch everything, really.
That's right. Yeah, and I want to see a power rankings of which one of these people on the desk predicted the most teams correctly.
Oh, hey. Okay.
I think that's what we need. We need to get one. So someone in the chat needs to be keeping track of this, and see who so far has been the most correct when it comes to predicting these teams winning.
I mean, I got my prediction.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
it's glitter. It's glitter. Making the comeback. It might have been a little off when it comes to PMPL Americas, with the Ace-1 prediction game in and game out. But, hey, we're at the West League now. We got it. We got it down locked. I mean, you got 7 guessing wild card every game when they're not even playing. So you got to kind of scratch your head sometimes, like who's really
You know what?
Hey, I'm just joking. It's 7.
No, it's true. It's true, though, because, wild card, I think he sensed that the wild card interview was coming up.
True,
right?
true.
Right?
True.
So because of that, they did the remake. The wild card interview came through. So I think it was just a little bit of a miss of a sensation coming from 7WG. But you know what? If there's anything that that 7's got, he's gonna have them flower shirts all day long.
Hey, a quote from 7. That I live my life by. If you make it a mind game, then it's a mind game.
That's true. That's true. Truer words have never been spoken. Any mind game, if you're gonna play a mind game, it will be a mind game if you let it be a mind game.
Exactly.
WG 2020.
Yeah, 28. It got my vote. Talking about getting votes, this circle definitely not getting the vote when it comes to the Knights and wild card. This could be a fight that we see. We did see a couple aqua rails, the jet skis over there on the side of the Knights. They could opt to kind of, hop in those bad boys, get their sunglasses on and their sun lotion, get those crates and, pull up to those cliffs near boot camp. But will they do it? That's up for debate.
Yep, let's see it right here. This is where it's starting to get into the action. I know that we're kind of joking and fooling around because SANHOK, it's one of those maps that you can't really move on. And if anybody that's watching this is like, hey, why are these teams camping? Well, I'll tell you what, if you just move out in the wrong position for 1 second, just like that, you are knocked and thirsted. That's how good these squads are. So right now, they're all trying to play really, really careful because we're in Snake Island. Snake Island. You never know if there's a team over the hill, hiding behind a rock, using that 3 peak, just waiting for you. So right now, they're all just trying to slowly creep into zone. And this next one is pretty much going to decide who's going to have the biggest advantage when it comes to winning.
Yeah, and if I had to make an analogy for SANHOK, this is a perfect one. Imagine being in a city, rush hour, traffic. It's the light turns green, everybody speeds up, but then the light turns red right before you get to the intersection. That's SANHOK. Green, red, green, red, green, red, and it's every single circle pretty much. So we see Loops right now attempting to gatekeep headquarters. Don't forget, headquarters, they got a Garuza, they got a crate, but look at this. I mean, they're going for some interesting plays, trying to wrap all the way around boot camp in the water on the shoreline, trying to avoid the conflicts right now.
Yeah, you can just definitely see it right there. D7 got that Groza locked and loaded. Loops heard that. So that's going to, I think, be a solid deterrent. Yeah, he is by his own lonesome right now. He's added. Look at these guys, man. If they'll catch you on a quick rotation, just one wrong movement, and you're down and out just like that.
Yeah, and I give it to headquarters. They tried to go for the sneaky rotation, just going over here. But unfortunate, Konina Power is also in that general direction as well. So it's really up to D7. Can they hit the shots on the Groza? Can they get a knock and maybe allow their other squad mates to make it onto the shore and get the revive?
Yeah, this is going to be a real tough one right now, especially when you got Loops up on top of you. This squad is just so aggressive. They hit shots so well right now. Look at Carrillo with his movement, just really quick, trying to spot anything out for his squad. D7, he's got that off angle right now, and I think he's just basically just trying to keep the pressure up so the rest of his squad can get picked back up.
Yeah, and take notes, by the way. I mean, take notes. You see how they're moving back and forth? They are not standing still because the moment you stand still in SANHOK, that's your helmet, that's your head, that's a snipe to the dome.
That's correct. Yeah, Carrillo always just trying to keep players guessing. And you notice the second these guys get one shot on them, boom, they're instantly moving out the way. Oh, this could be a big molly right here. It's got the Hildo's advantage.
That should be good. That should be good. D7 is going to be forced to kind of push on out from their cover right there.
Oh,
shit. Even burn up. Look at the zone.
Look at that. Good old solid shift to the north right here. Team Unique is inside, but look at wild card. Pittsburgh Knights all in the blue zone right here. This is going to be a huge clash of the Titans between all these squads trying to get in this blue zone. And look at that, 35 seconds left on the clock. They got to start moving right now.
The blue zone, man. The blue zone. We're going to start taking a little bit of damage. It's going to start taking away. You see Carnage in the front lines, really low. About 75% of his HP is going to be missing. My concern, though, wildcard, they still haven't had the opportunity to kind of group up from their 3-1 split going on. Acer, I mean, yesterday alone, the top fragger from the squad is going to be somewhat separated for the time being.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to start utilizing a heal strat this early on right now. This is zone 4. I guarantee you, though, man, once this zone hits zone 5, that blue zone, it hurts. It's not a place that you want to be in by any means, but this is a difficult, really difficult rotation for a wild card right now. So I think that, you know, utilizing a heal strat may not be a bad play going into this one.
Or just a snake strat. You see right there, they got locked down. They got locked down. This is Yala Esports, yeah, trying to regroup. I mean, look at them, all by themselves. Fortunate for them, the next zone does going up. The blue zone going to start pushing on in. So you have KHK Esports. They're going to opt to also reposition on this one.
Yeah, you know, Yala Esports, formerly TRD, they competed in both the 2019 PMWL spring and fall splits. They won the 2019 Pringles Cup. We look at Anas
taking the shots. This
on the KHK.
This is risky. This is risky, but I do believe Yala Esports, they will have the support from the squad mates. So one of them is going to be knocked. Anas could play spoiler, but taking those initial shots and not getting the knocks, I mean, they're going to be giving away their position right now. And here comes the blue zone. It's coming. Grenades as well.
It's risky, but they got no choice because of that blue zone. It's coming, and they are being ganked.
Oh!
Huge nade from Anas right there to help open up the fight for his squad, but he's got 2 more members gatekeeping him right now from KHK.
There you go. Yala making the push. I mean, they're in the blue zone, taking shots at everything, trying to connect onto Konina. Powers in the buggy in the front lines. They're taking every single fight they can get, trying to get as many points as possible. Oped returning the favor, going to be spraying back there in the blue. Anas still behind the tree, moving tree to tree, getting ever so closer. And there you go. Another grenade coming on out. Another shot coming on out. KHK Esports, they were caught off guard big time.
And not to mention, the next zone has already come up. We're into zone 5 right now, and this zone hurts really bad. It's not a circle that you want to stay in the blue by any means right now. So Anas needs to get into this blue zone as soon as he possibly can. But look at that, 20 seconds left on the clock. Oh, and Alpha Legend, that's going to be it right there.
What, on a positive note, though, Alpha Legends, they don't get that kill point because the blue zone was the person or the thing that got the knock right there. So Alpha Legends, they might be a little mauled. They're molding right now. They're a little angry about that one. So they're trying to take the shots out there in the blue, in the smoke, trying to get some points. They got 3 so far.
Well, here we go. We're going to see a whole bunch of teams go out right now because somebody else that's angry is Pittsburgh Knights and Team Unique as the zone hard shifted again down to the southwest right here. So huge break for B4 Esports and headquarters, but the rest of these squads are going to have to run into it right now as this zone closes.
The snake got. Crouching. The snake got right behind one of the enemies from Unique. Hot on the case. Detective Sixless. The thing is, there's other squad mates from Unique. Sixless going to open up the engagement. Blue zone on their tail end. J7 will be spotted. Raven also tagged and bagged. Now, the snake, the aggressor, Sixless going to be popping on over there, trying to get the thirst. There goes one. Memphis over there in the safety of the zone will be taking some shots on a Sixless. Sixless behind the rock, behind the cover. Healing on up right now, but ProLord in the sightlines right there. Sixless right there. Oh, another one! Another one!
He's just trying to get all the points he can right now. He's out of zone. He's got no heals left. Trying to get every point he can for his squad, but that's it. Pittsburgh Knights eliminated his team number 6.
Got 2 points, though. Got 2 points. Got 2 points. So, you got Unique Frozen cooking some grenades, talking about teams trying to get points. Oh, cooking that one a little too much, ricocheting off the rock, and yeah, now you got the full attention of Loops. 4 members from Loops, to be exact.
8 kills already on the board right here for this Loop squad. They just end up having 1 knocked, but it looks like they're going to get this pickup right now. Zone's closing, though. This is zone 6. They do not want to be in this blue zone for any longer than they have to be.
Yeah, and then not only that, you got Team Umbra still alive. They got 3 alive. They're going to be making their approach, making their move here. They're going to be collapsing right on top of Loops. And
Snake.
Loops, yep, trying to deal with Frozen still. I mean, there's grenades getting tossed right near them, so they know that there's enemies near. Federal, AKM, no scope, iron sights will be trying to take the shots, but Vindex with the drop down. Vector able to get one. Can they get another one? Frozen in the blue, trying to run on up. Good play. Spoiler right now.
Oh my
onto the
goodness.
side of
Here he
Loops.
comes.
Uzi lock and loaded. Here comes the spray. Able to connect onto Kowalski.
Blue zone.
Orleo, super low. Blue zone, like you said, taking out another one from Loops. Now Dadden, the lone survivor out of that whole fight from Loops.
Oh, well, that tree is just not thick enough. He does not have enough room to hold down. He's trying though to survive as long as he can. Alpha Legends getting third party from all over the place, and they're out of there.
Pedro Dog saying, who let the dogs out right now? We'll be getting some kills on the side of B4. Alpha Legends getting pinched with the blue zone to their side. And B4, they got the engines revving right now. Team Umbra, they're in it. They are in it. They have a couple rocks. I really like the rocks that Team Umbra are playing right now. Dadden seems to be at the disadvantage out of all these players right here.
Oh, yeah, he is right now. He's trying to get up, but he's already secured at least third place for his team, and especially with how many kills Loops have, it's still a good performance regardless right now, as PRZ from Team Umbra trying to catch the toes from B4 Esports underneath that building. They recognize that, though, so B4 is going to hold this building really hard right now.
They're going to hold it. They're going to hold it, but this next circle will be the deciding factor. And I got to say, they're probably going to have to push on out, and there's not a lot of cover on the side of B4. So they're going to need to have the information. They're going to need to be ready to just spray and connect those shots onto the 3 enemies out there in the distance. One grenade could be the deciding factor. But remember, Dadden from Loops, what can they do over there from their off angle?
Oh, it looks like a member from PRC with the huge nade on the B4. Oh my goodness, knocks 2 of them. ProLord going in to try and knock out Levi. The last member here, huge play for Team Umbra.
ProLord just steaming the building, kicking in the door. Here's the FBI taking them down. Dadden just watching it the whole time. Knows for a fact where ProLord is. Knows for a fact where PRZ is. So it's a 1v2. Looks like Dadden's position will be compromised. ProLord gonna be taking some shots onto that tree. The 2v1. Can Dadden clutch it on out from Loops? Well, we're gonna find out right now. Blue Zone's gonna start push on in. Dadden peek in the corner. Yep, eliminated. Team Umbra, first place, winner, chicken dinner.
Huge win for Team Umbra, one that they really needed right there. PRZ with 7 kills in the books right there. That was a crazy grenade right there to open it up onto B4. And then, man, we just saw ProLord just running in full straight, got that Uzi out, able to finish it out right there. Great plays from Team Umbra.
You get the double knock with the grenades. You need to make sure to get the thirst. And ProLord is like, I am not going to allow this solo to get my finishes, and just sending it like whoop, right on into that building. B4, they didn't even see what was coming.
Man, it was just a great play overall right there. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to SANHOK. It is anybody's game. It's so hard to predict who the winner's going to be because those zones are so chaotic. So many different teams just clashing onto everybody. But what a match so far. I can't wait to see what the desk and Jason, of course, have to think about this one. We'll find out exactly what they have to say right after this short commercial break.
What we thought about that game, Dadden, what a play out of him. Just sitting back, I'ma chill, you guys duke it out, you guys fight it out. And 7, well, you did have Loops, and you got the better of Glitterneye yet again.
I know. I think we need to have my boy Mustache Dave listen to our predictions a little bit closer there, as Loops did end up in second place. And to be honest, something that I do have to agree with what Jukes was saying is those zone shifts hurting teams a lot, and that's why Loops ended up with just 1 player there at the end with that, and that didn't play that perfectly, just waiting until everybody got into some action over there. I think at that point, Umbra being being able to go ahead and come out with that win from B4, I think the final zone was huge. Having to pretty much push B4 out of that circle, that was impressive to see. And just to give a little bit more credit to UMBRA was in 20th place at one point. I think before this match, they were actually in 19th place. This is just great performances to see from them. And not only that, them being able to go ahead and pick it up on kills. I think the most kills they have ever gotten in a match so far in this in this pretty much seeding matches that we have had was 6 kills, and to almost go ahead and double it here, it is a great performance from Team UMBRA.
Even Headquarters in there too. We wanted to talk about Glitter. Headquarters, UMBRA, KHK, all making top 6, and they haven't had a decent standing overall today.
No, which is why this is so good to see, because we knew it was going to take some of the teams a little bit longer to maybe find their footing. But after showing like that, it's going to shake up the standings a lot. You can see Konina Power there all the way.
Whoa, hey, calm down, calm down.
Unfortunate.
All right, they didn't come out first. That was Team Queso. Come on. I remember hearing, Dave and Hotchicks talking about how, you've been really getting back in there. You've been closer on the predictions. You're slowly working your way up. And then look at the screen again, and guess what? Team Queso knocked out 16th place. So they might need to rethink what they were talking about. They're going to take a look at our results from our top team there. And it's going to be UMBRA. And like you said, Seven, a massive win for them.
Wow.
Maybe it just took some time for them to figure out how things are going to play out. And it seems like they're starting to rise up into the occasion.
Definitely, and not only that, what I'm actually impressed about here is their total heal, only 305 in a map like SANHOK, where more than likely you're gonna get third party at one point or another. Seeing that from UMBRA is actually super impressive, because this map, man, I seen teams actually get over 1,000 heal easily and win in the game. So perfect game plan for them. It seemed like ended up working out for them, and luckily for them, they ended up winning that 2v1 at the end against Dadin, which worked perfectly.
I was going to be very sad if you were correct in your prediction again with Loops. Let's take a look, though, at our the highlights and moments from that game as we're going to walk through this one. Glitter, why don't you start us off? Well, maybe we should just go straight to 7 as Dadin's exactly the first one. But you had Queso, Glitter, so we see Mystic here going off the bat.
Here you go.
Yeah, see, and this was really unfortunate. They did start off, and I think they were able to get at least a couple kills, because they had more points than
they did get one.
Did, Jason?
Thanks for rubbing it in.
But it was you know what? Every team's gonna have one of those games where sometimes it's a rough start. They did not have a good fight after they were able to pull down one of those kills. They were taken out by Dream Eaters, and we were talking about that. I was happy for Dream Eaters. That was another. They wiped out their whole squad. They got 4 kills off of that, which was good for Dream Eaters standings overall as well. I mean, so like, yeah, it was a bummer that my prediction didn't work, but I was also super happy for Dream Eaters and how they played that fight out.
Definitely true. I remember exactly you saying, hey, I'm actually glad it was Dream Eaters the ones that went ahead and knocked my pick there, because they are a team that kind of, we seen them get a win before yesterday on day 1, and they are a team that can get in a groove, and it's something that we're kind of starting to see now out of Konina Power. I think that was their worst performance so far today after Jason picked them. Besides that, they had already 2 wins.
Coming at me.
Not sure what's happening here.
It's the caster curse.
Jason, what are your thoughts, Jason, on this Konina Power finish on this match?
I feel like they had a good effort. I feel like they were more, being generous to everyone else. I think, they were tired of winning 2 games, and they wanted to let other people have a chance. So they took the hit.
I was going to say that, to be fair.
Yeah, so I think they're just being nice. I can respect that.
I'm with you on that one. I think that's exactly what it was. They didn't want to go ahead and finish off the seeding here way too high on the leaderboard, because they want to go ahead and give the people a chance to see what's going to happen once we actually get to league play. So I'll give you that one. Yeah, Konina Power was just letting this one slide.
I'm going to take that, honestly. The silver lining from the game there. I'll be definitely happy with that. But V4, I mean, maybe we should talk about kind of the end of the game and how it worked out, because they had that little compound. They were the only one left in there. And then the zone kind of shifted away from them, and they had to come out, and then obviously getting knocked inside. Actually, before we get to that, let's take a look at the total damage. And your boys' Loops, 7. 1,900 damage done out of them.
1,900 damage, 10 kills, and that just goes to show nobody challenged them in boot camp. That's one thing that I mentioned before even the match started with Loops, is that they were going to go ahead and drop boot camp, they were going to go ahead and drop Luster Building, and nobody challenged them. The only one that I kind of saw maybe close to them was Team Queso, but Team Queso usually tends to stay a little bit north of actually boot camp. Overall, great plays by them, by Loops Esports. And going back to B4, as you were mentioning, they did have that building there on those final circles. for some reason, just at the end, it seems like they took a little bit too long to go ahead and push out of that building. I know we were talking when we were watching the match, we were saying, well, at least some part of the building is going to stay inside, but I felt like as soon as they would have seen that circle, throw some smokes, try to get out of that area, maybe find a rock, maybe find a tree to find some cover behind. That way you're set for what UMBRA is going to be doing, and also from what Loops Esports was going to be doing.
And I wanted to point out, was it headquarters in KHK? It was 500 damage and 300